Alright, this lesson will focus on the pips what. What is the pips what? You may have noticed or must have heard when people say, oh, I made 10 pips, I made 20 pips, or I made 50 pips. So now you will want to wonder, is 50 pips, is 10 pips a big money or is it a small money? Is 20 pips a big money or is it a small money? So you may wonder. Here comes this very lesson. And the actual cash amounts that one pip represents depend on the pip value of that particular currency pair and its exchange rate and the size of the trade. So when the currency of your account is listed second in a pair, its pip value are fixed but varies when it is the base currency. Here we have a chart below where you can see the lot size. The MetaTrader, as you will want to take some trade, you will see it represented as a volume. Just like you can go to this very new order and then you see volume. That is what we mean by that. Now this is the amount per pip, and then we will be using this to calculate with a number of pips and the value of that very number of pips. Here, this is standard lot size. When it comes to this lot size, when we say a lot size is standard, it simply means you will be controlling 100,000 units of that currency, and it makes it 100,000 orange, 100,000 units of that currency. So when we talk about the lot or the volume, it is 1. This is what we call 1 standard, represented with 1.0. Alright, then the value of this pip, or the amounts per pip for this standard 100,000 units of currency is $10. Then for a mini lot is 1/10 of the 100,000 units of currency, of which this 10,000, which is 10,000 units that you can control with a mini lot size. So this 10,000 units times 10 gives you 100,000 units. So this is a mini controlling 10,000 units of currency. So the volume for you to trade in MetaTrader, you will see it represented with 0.1. That simply means the lot size is that of a mini, controlling 10,000 units of currency. And the amount per pip to this is $1. Also in tens, if you should divide this 1.0, which is a standard, by 10, it gives you 0.1. If you also divide this by 10, it gives you 10,000. If you divide this $10 per pip by 10, it gives you $1. So each pip value for this mini lot is $1. Now, as to micro lots, it simply means you will be controlling 1,000 units of currencies. Then to this, if you also divide this by 10, it will give you 0.01. You can also have 0.02, you can have 0.03, you can have 0.04. Just the way you can have 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Yes, well, you can also, here you can have 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. And the amounts per pip for this micro lot is 0.10, of which if you divide this by 10, this is what you get. Then we also have the nano, which is least mentioned or not even mentioned at all, and insignificant is nano lot size. That is nano lot, which is 100 units of currency. So here is how you will see represented 0.001. Mostly you will not see this in many brokers. And this is the amount per pip, which is 0.01. So while one pip for or sorry, while one volume of this 100,000 units of currency gives you $10, the one for mini gives you $1, the one for micro gives you 10 cents, and the one for nano give you 0.01 cents. So we will want to continue. Let us say that you made 10 pips on this or using one standard lot. So the value for 10 pips, remember we said that each pip, well, the standard lot, one or with trading volume 1, that the amount per pip is $10. And now if we should make 10 pips in our trade, what should it give us? Then the value would then be $100, which simply means the amount per pip, which is 10, and then we made 10 pips, then it will be what? $100. What if we use the 2 standard lots? It simply means we'll be controlling 200,000 units of currency. Let us say we are using 2 standard. Simply means we'll be controlling 200,000 units. And so the amount per pip will no longer be $10, but what? 20. So if we made $10 using this very 2 standard lots, then the value would then be $200. That is what it will be, $200. You're following? All right. Then what if here this particular mini lots that we made 10 pips on this very mini lot using 0.1, and the value or the amount per pip is $1, then what should it be by 10 pips? It simply means $1 times 10. Simply means we'll be making $10. Right? Then what if we made use of maybe trace mini lots? Let us say tray mini lots. Tray. It simply means we'll be controlling 30,000 units of currency. Then the amount per pip will no longer be 1, but what? 3 per dollars. So if we made 10 pips here, what we will have? We are going to have $30. Then what if we made 20 pips? What if we made 20 pips here? Then what it will then be is no longer $30, but 3 times 20, which is what? $60. I hope you're following. Then same also applies to micro with 0.01, controlling 100 or 1,000 units of currency with the amount per pip, which is 10 cents. If we happen to make just 10 pips on this very one, then what the value of this particular one is going to be 10 times 0.1, or 10 cents times 10. What will it give us? It's going to give us just $1. That is what will give us $1. Then what if we traded with 7 micro lots? Let us say 7 micro lots, which should be 7,000 units of currencies. Then what will then be the value or the amount per pip? It will be 0.70 cents. And so by 10 pips, it's going to be 10 times 0.70 or 70 cents. So here, if you are using 0.7, you're using 0.07 volume in this micro lots, controlling 7,000 units of currency, then the amount per pip will change to 0.70 cents. That is 70 cents. Now, covering 10 pips will then give you no longer $1 but $7, right? And so if you happen to cover like 50 pips here, let us say for example you covered 50 pips, now it's not going to be $7 again, but so here you are going to have not $7 but $35. Now on nano lot size, which is insignificant and not mostly mentioned, you will be controlling 100 units of currencies, and this is the volume to which it can be traded, of which this, which is 0.01 divided by 10 will give you 0.001, and which is the amount per pip is 1 cent. Amount per pip is just 1 cent. And on this, if you should cover 10 pips, then the value in dollars will then be 10 cents, which is 0.10 dollar, which is 10 cents. That is what it will be. Then if you happen to use say 0 points, or let us say with this 0.01 as volume, you covered 100 pips. With this 100 pips, it will then be this multiplied by this. And so you can imagine here what you will get by, you need about 100 pips for you to make $1. You can liken that. So in like manner, here if you had used the 0.002, then the pips value, or the amount per pip, will now be no longer 0.01 but 0.02. And in this case, you will be controlling like 200 units of currency. That is the reason why it is 0.02. And if you covered 100 pips, then it will no longer be $1 but $2. I hope you must have understood on this particular lesson about the pips what. But I will not forget to tell you that in Forex, you do not need to be a Forex calculator guru for you to be able to trade this. So if you go online, you can see many Forex calculators that you can easily put your equity, then put your lot size, and then it will calculate. Or you put the risk you want to take, then it will calculate the amounts you'll be risking based on your account currency and the lot size that you can use to trade on that very risk percentage. And so this is for educational purposes. See you in the next lesson.